So it seems like a lot of people still are not clear about what a foundational Black American is, what foundational Black American means. I'm gonna try to break it down in the simplest forms. So you know how like the Bloods, the Crips, Vice Lords, Latin Kings, Italian Mafia, they got a certain code. They got usually a leader, things they got to do to be in a gang, um, all this stuff to make them be part of what they're labeling themselves as. That's not what foundational Black American is. There's no leader. There's no things you have to do. There's no certain agenda. There's even people who are foundational Black Americans who are totally against foundational Black Americans. There's coons in foundational Black America. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, people like that. They're foundational Black Americans. So it got nothing to do with. There's people think it's this is a gang and it's an agenda. It's simply a term. If you know what a Black American is, if you know what an African American is, if you know what a Negro American is, if you know what just a Black person in America, it's a different way of saying you're a Black person in America. Now there is other things tied to it as far as the reparation stuff. It's a kind of a title to kind of make that more secure and stuff like that. But that's a whole different, not really a whole different story, but just to keep it simple, foundational Black American just means a Black person who's from America, an American Black person who's not from, whose family and ancestors aren't from somewhere else, not Jamaican, not Haitian, not Puerto Rican, not wherever. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it simple, people acting like you got just a gang and there's like this code and there's like this agenda. We're terrorists and people. It just for people like me, it just sounds. It's a better term of sounding. It just sounds better being described as a foundational Black American. It sounds better than African American. It sounds better than Negro. You know what I'm saying? Some people choose to call themselves American descendants of slaves. It's ADOS. It's still basically saying the same thing. The terms sound different, but at the end of the day, it's explaining the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So there is no because people see people acting like there's like this. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's foundational Black American coons. Anybody who's a foundational Black American is not automatically on the same page. You know, it don't. It's not how it is. I'm, I'm a light skinned foundational Black American. My experience as a foundational Black American is different than a lot of other foundational Black Americans. So people trying to turn it into like a terrorist group or even like a gang or people that are on a certain code. Now it's nice for people who are on code or you know what I'm saying, trying to make progress in a positive way, thinking that like that's always a good thing, but it's not even that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that. And like I said, Tariq Nasheed's the one that coined the phrase. A lot of people just feel like it sounds like the best term for what we are, but it don't even mean we all agree with everything he says. You know what I'm saying? Like this is bigger than him. Him creating the term is something that will outlive him. It's bigger than even him. You know what I'm saying? You can disagree with 90% of what Tariq Nasheed says and be a foundational Black American, and you're still a foundational Black American. Or you can say you're African American, whatever you want to call it. So that's all. It's simple terms. That's what it is. There's no sign up thing. Tariq Nasheed is not the leader. There is no leader. It's not a gang. You don't have to do something to get in. It's a simple thing. People acting like it's this whole. It's not. It really ain't. It's a simple thing. You know what I'm saying? I just had to come say that. Try to make it real simple. Ain't no group. Ain't no people over here doing Christmas drives and for the community. Some Black Americans ain't are just are bad. It's just because people acting like they can't understand. It's a simple thing. It's just a label of who you are. A Black person in America who's from America. Your roots are in America. You're not African American because think about this. Anybody who's here from somewhere else, any other immigrant, like a lot of Puerto Ricans I know, and one Puerto Ricans I see on Facebook and stuff that I don't even know in real life, you can see them all the time. Go back to Puerto Rico, at their family's house, making videos, pictures. They go to the families in Puerto Rico for a couple, you know what I'm saying, and they come back. Black people don't have that in Africa. Black Americans don't have no connection to Africa like that. That's why to us, African American doesn't make sense because we have no ties or no connection whatsoever to anybody in Africa that we know of. Not one. I have never met a Black American who can call up somebody in Africa or go to Africa to we have no clue about none of that. You know what I'm saying? all our roots go back to right here in America. So that's what we're seeing at the end of the day. It don't gotta be no divisiveness. It don't gotta be no aggression. It don't gotta be none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that, and that's just what it is.